Round 1, fight!
I don't know, like from solo queue, you just kind of like as a carry role, you just learn to like kind of like take all the kills and try to like take the game in your own hands. So that kind of like sometimes translates into competitive play when I'm like, oh, I really want this kill so I can get more gold and win the game.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to kind of break solo queue habits where you like flash to get a double kill, and sometimes like you just worth on like 1v1 kills because you just want to get as fed as possible so you can carry your team. But in competitive, it's not so smart sometimes to like flash into people to try to get kills or just like try to hold your abilities to KS your team. It's just hard to break those habits.
Wins.
So you guys have had amazing splits together. Obviously, things had to change with teammates coming in and out because of issues with Team Solo Mid, kind of breaking away from Chaos right away. Since we're in Super Week, what have you guys done to bolster all of those, what might have been problems when they came in? When you guys didn't have Dexter and when you had to go back to your
Round 2.
We're not talking like kill steal problems, right?
No, yeah. We're kind of jumping off of that.
Mainly just how you found so much success despite going back and forth between Europe.
I think like Reginald's playstyle is a lot like mine. Like he plays like pretty aggressive. He might roam a little bit more. Like he might be like slightly more of like a team player and shot caller, where I'm like kind of more like just kind of like my own like player, and I try to like just like win my lane and like snowball that into like a win for the team. But then like he played some of the same champions, and it was just pretty easy to like translate, other than like having like a worse shot caller with me coming back, because I feel like Reggie is a really good shot caller.
Well, early in the season when we didn't have Dexter, it was Link kind of switching roles to jungle, and it was actually really good for us even though we lost all our games because we got used to Link being the shot caller, because in the jungle position he can look at the map more, he can read the map a lot better, and he make calls throughout the game. And so him and Afro kind of work together to like build that synergy and like learn how to shot call together. And I actually didn't really care too much that we had a bad record coming into the season, because I knew like as long as we were the best team at the end of the split, that's all that really matters. Like playoffs is really all that matters. That's what our eyes are set to. As long as we're not like relegated or something, it's not a big deal. So then as soon as Dexter came in, we're like, okay, we're in a good spot now. Since then we've only dropped games to C9 and TSM, and I feel like it just feels nice, you know, like just knowing that we can only drop games and we're a more consistent team. It doesn't matter to me so much like, oh, our early like failures or whatever, our bad record. I'm pretty happy with third place as long as we're going to playoffs strong.
Well, let's talk about your game yesterday against Cloud9 just a little bit, and your games today. You guys are locked into third place.
Yep.
But you also say that you want to be really strong going into playoffs. How are you mentally preparing after that loss to Cloud9 yesterday for your games today, knowing that you're locked in?
Final round.
Oh, well, we just took it as like a learning experience, more, like to just kind of scout what Cloud9 has been doing. That game, like it could have went either way, and
the red buff may have been.
Yeah, the red buff.
Was that a learning experience?
I think it was worth, honestly.
That's a learning experience.
It was worth. We made a lot of mistakes, and like that was a really dumb way for me to end the game, and I know it was really bad, but we learned like, oh, like Cloud9 plays this and this, and we shouldn't have gotten outpicked here and there, because like they obviously had the much stronger team comp and they outplayed us mid game. That's how they got like a Baron and like a 10k gold lead. We never want to be in the position where we have to come back, and Cloud9 has to like throw at our Nexus turrets for us to win. So it was really valuable for us to play Cloud9 right there. And I think that any game between the top three teams is a 50-50.
Yeah, speaking of games against Cloud9, Bjergsen, this one that you guys have at the end of the day could potentially decide the #1 seed in North America. Talk to me what it's like playing against TSM. Or Cloud9.
I wouldn't know much about playing against TSM, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like playing against C9, there's always high pressure. I feel like all of my teammates, including me, are a lot more emotional. If we get ahead or if we get behind, it's a lot more like of a roller coaster when we play them, because they're kind of like I feel like personally they're like the strongest team. So just playing against them is like they're just really good, and I just like playing against them, and we really want to beat them.
Doublelift wins. Wins. Flawless victory.